Yeah, because I would like to see you. I think that would be helpful. All right. Now, y'all tell me if I still have a head or not.
We see your head.
We
That'll
see
work.
your head.
That'll work.
We see your head.
Boop. Oh, hey. Wonderful.
Hey, hey, hey. We don't have too many followers right now, but they'll probably come in as we
Hopefully
talk.
soon.
And this will be posted on our page, so y'all can go back
Yes.
and watch it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay.
Hey, y'all. Thanks for joining us tonight.
For sure.
Yes. Welcome.
We
Welcome.
appreciate y'all.
Being patient with us. Trying to technical difficulties that we're having over here. Can't even sleep. And alcohol ain't kicking yet.
Damn.
That's okay. We're learning as we go. So, you
Yeah.
know, what have we been in doing this like a month? Has it been a month?
Yeah, I think we have what, four or five, 4 episodes?
4 episodes in. 5 episodes
Five, yeah,
in.
we're 5 episodes in.
Yeah.
5 episodes in.
Mhm.
And good episodes too.
Yeah, I think they've been
Mhm.
really good.
We've been dropping some jewels.
I believe.
Yes.
I
If
believe
y'all
so.
haven't watched it, make sure y'all go and watch from episode 1.
Our bloopers now. Come on now.
Right.
Not the
Funny-
bloopers.
We have funny
Wait,
videos.
We do.
what else? What other podcast is there that you're going to find somebody stuck in the crab under the table? I mean, come on.
With a toe cramp. Out of
With a
everything.
toe
Toe
cramp.
cramp.
In the,
So crap.
in the spirit of not changing the aesthetic. Yeah, just eat. Perfect. See,
Sacrifice for the chair setup.
I was ready. But what had happened
All the
was
good
the
fun.
toe.
Like, all the good fun.
It happens so organically too.
Yeah, right? It definitely wasn't planned.
No, we
Definitely.
didn't plan for her to have a toe cramp.
No, no. And I was suspended too. I was just like suspended in this Spider-Man move.
Yeah, we
That'll
were very
tell
smart.
y'all
I was
some of the
like,
moves I have.
where is
She
Jackie?
okay? What's going on?
She should have been came up from under that table.
Y'all were just going on about y'all's business, and then next thing you know, Nikki got up and
We were like,
that
what
was
the
it.
heck? Like, I'm here having a full blown conversation on the side, and I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, what?
She was literally a mannequin, like just.
I'm like, wait, Nikki didn't get up yet. What happened? And I hear
Right,
her laughing, and it was
right,
hilarious. Really,
right.
really.
A lot of this stuff just happens organically for us. So yeah. Well, let's just tell everyone. You see, one of us is missing tonight. One of us is under the weather, so we're sending up good vibes and prayers for our girl. She's so pretty.
Yeah,
Hope you feel better, baby.
shot for you.
Sending you all the love and all the stuff.
Yes.
Shot, take a shot.
Cheers.
Cheers. Feel
Cheers.
better, please.
We decided this evening to come to you guys and kind of just give you a little bit more of us, right? Take a little break, but just kind of talk about some of the episodes that we've gone through and kind of just give you a little understanding of what you can anticipate going forward. So we wanted to take a little bit of time and kind of chat with you a little bit
Yes.
and give you
Join
us,
in.
right?
Give us comments,
Yes, please.
questions. We would love them.
Feedback.
Definitely.
Yeah. So we did, let's see, I'm not going to remember them in order. I know we did the Valentine's one. That's easy. I think
Our
that was my
first one
favorite.
was our get to know us with our pajamas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the first one.
I
They
think that
like,
was one of my favorite
like it.
episodes.
That
That
was
one and the Valentine one was definitely my favorite as well.
yeah.
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 I don't know. I kind of liked us in the inauguration in our little
Our
silk.
dresses.
Yeah.
Our silk
Those are
dresses.
cute. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a really good episode too. Remember that was right before TikTok.
Yeah.
One of
Yeah.
my
That was like TikTok was going down that day. And we
yeah.
were just like, all right, I guess it's the end
No
of
more
TikTok
TikTok.
today. And we lost it for how many hours? Like
Not,
Right.
not even 20.
like 10 hours.
Right. So
The world was in a full blown panic. Like,
everybody, but if you really think about it, the a ban on TikTok is
Yeah.
impactful, right? Because you had
Yeah.
so many people that before COVID, they were clocking in on somebody's pie train, right? But COVID taught us how to be resilient.
Yeah.
It taught us how to get into our creative bags. And so a lot of people started making money and stopped clocking in these people's pie trains
Right.
and actually making money solely off TikTok. And you
Yeah.
know, the powers that be don't want us to be even or equal, or they really don't want. There are some TikTok millionaires, y'all, and so
Yeah.
that really is super impactful. People have quit their jobs and become full-time content creators.
Yes.
Content creators, yeah, that's
Mhm.
important. And you do have a lot of people. There's people, a couple of people I follow that have more than 18K or even more, a
Mhm.
hundred and something K people
Yeah.
following them. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't have thought you could have made off of one, social media thing that you could make good money off of that.
I
Yeah,
could imagine what the people were really going through, like the panic that was in their minds. Like, well, how am I going to make money now?
Yeah, I need
This
to.
is what I've been doing for the last few years.
Yeah, I got to go back to
exactly.
9 to 5. Who wants to go? I mean, I love my 9 to 5. Don't hate on it,
Right.
but still in all, like sometimes I wish I didn't have to have a 9 to 5 and
Yeah,
do that.
absolutely. Same.
Yeah,
There's so many creative ideas that I have. I would love to create and not have to go to this corporate world and fight these corporate thugs. But
so it's
okay.
like legitimately hustling, selling some drugs or something. I'm sorry.
I'm telling you. I mean, listen. You might be safer in the street than in these corporate streets if you
What?
know, like I know.
Yes, definitely.
That part is so true.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Corporate world is something else. What was our second one,
Um,
Nick?
so we did the pajamas, then we did the inauguration.
Okay,
Correct.
the
Um,
inauguration.
then we had
Well,
the one with Star, right? That was that.
Then we
oh
have one with
yes,
Star, which
yes.
is, yes, please, if you guys need to get your
Tax
taxes
stuff.
done,
Yeah, tax season is
please.
here.
Tax season is here.
Well,
So Flo, she'll get your pockets right.
She definitely will.
Yes.
speaking of
So
tax season and the inauguration and putting those two things together, right? So it's February 24th.
Mhm.
So basically, we've had a new president for about a month.
Yeah.
And it
Mhm.
feels like it's been several years in this month. So many things have occurred.
Yeah.
Whirlwind, right? I
and
don't think I've
slight
ever seen
changes.
any
It's
president
those slight changes.
make those changes so quickly,
Right.
right? So mhm, that I mean, look at today. We're in a precarious place right now today, right?
Yeah.
Because it looks like I don't know about the we part. So let me just say I'm a hostile if we as in the US are going along with it. I think I'm a hostile participant because it looks like we're aligning with Russia and we like F Ukraine now. Now we gonna go over here
Right.
and
Mhm.
shake hands with
Yeah.
Putin.
Yeah.
So what
But
about the rest of our allies?
But those are the bigger things that people and out in the social media. What's with the small changes they're making? Like they just signed a bill or whatever where if you're married and you don't have your maiden name, you don't as a woman your voting rights may be taken away as a woman, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah. I haven't
Yes.
heard that one.
So is this thing, and I haven't read the full blown thing, but it has something to do with that voting rights. Where if you, as a woman, was born here in the States with no problem, but have then been married and have took it on your husband's name, you may not have the right to vote anymore.
Yeah, that sounds like some bullshit.
So
That's Sounds like that handmade thing we're telling you to watch.
Yeah, so it's crazy, but it's really an act that that
Yeah.
it's gonna go into effect soon, and people are not noticing that.
I feel like we undergone so many changes within this month that it just feels like it's been forever.
And he's been
Oh
in
yeah.
office what 43 days, right? If you think about it, January, not even. He's been
23, 20, like
23 days. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know, this much short.
Yeah, yeah. January 1st, but it really
So January 20th.
Yeah, the
Mm-hmm.
19th or 20th. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been a month and a few days.
It's
Month
been a
and 4
month.
days.
Yeah, that's a long time to
Change the world.
yeah, or that's a little bit of time to change the world, right? Because
But it's changed.
especially the
Mhm.
U.S.
The U.S.,
Yeah.
our allies, all that
I just
stuff.
hope that people just start just educating themselves on changes and not just,
Going back.
going along with the flow.
Mhm.
Yeah. And like just really educating yourself and your rights and how things are going to affect you going forward.
Yeah, because
Indeed.
it's those little acts that you don't know that are being effective because we're just seeing the big things change. Like you said, we're about to join forces with Russia. I didn't even know that. Like that's crazy.
Hmm.
You know?
Oh, speaking of, did y'all see? I saw an article where Oprah said she's ending her show, whatever show she has now. I don't watch TV like that, but she's ending whatever show she has, and she's moving to Italy because she doesn't want to breathe the same air in the same country with Elon for the next 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
we have 4 years of this man in office, and
Mhm.
he's made these little bit of changes in the little bit of time he's been in office.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What are we to expect for the next 4 years?
Yeah.
Go
That's the
Project
unknown and the
2025.
scary part.
I know a lot of federal employees that are like in a panic right now about
As
their
they should be.
jobs.
As they
Yeah.
should be.
Like this is something they were doing for years, and all of a sudden it could just be gone tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I, I don't think people really paid attention. They went and this is the problem with society, that folks go by sound bites
Hmm.
and commercials instead of actually doing their research. And so, if you read Project 2025,
Hmm.
that our president said that he may have heard of but wasn't even familiar with. Baby, if you go take a look at that, boop,
Yeah,
check, boop,
everything is
check.
in there. Hmm.
Come on.
He was last time he was in his office. I just feel like he was preparing us for what's going to happen here. He was just gaslighting all of us to get on the train with him. You know, he said what we wanted to hear instead of saying what actually was going to happen.
Oh no, I think he said exactly what was going to happen. Folks just didn't take it
Yeah,
seriously. The man has been saying pretty much the same thing all along. He's
yeah,
just actually doing what he said he was going to do.
yeah.
Right?
Now, the crazy thing about it is, I don't disagree in theory with everything that he's doing. What I disagree with is, and I'm kind of dealing with this at work. Anyway, so I'm thinking about, it doesn't seem like these are well thought out initiatives. Like or maybe they are. Maybe the intended impact is exactly what's happening. If you're talking about Medicare,
Hmm.
right? So security, those types of things. So in this country, which is a little weird, I found, as opposed to maybe other countries. We don't respect our elders.
No,
When
no.
they get older, we kind of cast them to the side. And so now you're looking at Medicare cuts and Medicaid cuts. You're looking at the most vulnerable um, demographics of our country, period. Older, disabled. And so you would think that a leader would take time and thought with his team or whomever to think out the impact on our oldest and most vulnerable populations. But
Hmm.
it doesn't seem like that's the case.
Mm-mm.
So I don't no. Never have I felt like who's president has really changed my life. This time, I'm not so sure. Right? I think the first time it was just getting in to see what I can do, and now it's hold my beer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That man said he was gonna get in there and start immigration stuff and all this stuff. That man been signing stuff since he sat down.
Take the pen.
Yeah. Somebody, I wish that pen. Hopefully, it's gonna run out of ink very soon. His pen is a long living pen.
I just feel like he's somebody's puppet.
Somebody gonna make a Trump pen.
Yep. I just feel
Listen,
like he's somebody else's puppet, and they have those strings, and they playing them real puppets.
Good. They're all
yeah, they were going to do this anyway. It
You
didn't
say
have to
that
do this.
when
Yeah.
we did the
that they were puppets.
Yeah.
And it's basically a face.
yeah,
Yeah,
and I agree. I
exactly.
100% agree with you now. Looking back on that stuff, I agree.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I think everybody just really should focus on first get a focus, right? Know what you need, know what's important to you, and watch and monitor those things. But I think more importantly, um, people don't understand this is a class war. It's not about race. That's being used and thrown around, but that's just a tool.
Right.
That's just a construct that's being used as a tool. The real thing is class. And I think for those of us who make 400,000 or less, we should be banding together now more than ever to say, no, we're not taking this, you know?
Mm-hmm.
One suggestion too that I would say to everyone: get off CNN, MSNBC, whatever. Please go watch you some BBC, some Al Jazeera, something that is not U.S. based,
Right.
because the biggest propaganda machine is used on our own citizens internally.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Stop looking at this stuff and go see something outside of here and listen and learn what our allies are saying. That's what's important.
Mm-hmm.
What our homeboys are saying right now, because we might be about to be on our own.
Yeah, listen, they don't want to mess with us no more.
No, and I agree with you. Like, I really thought it was a race thing. I really thought it was about that.
Mm-hmm.
But now that he's in office, and now that you're seeing the minor changes, it's definitely a class thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely if you're in this elite status, this is who you are. You making that money, then you good. If you not, then it don't matter. And people like me, look, I fought hard to make the money I'm making, and for you to sit here and be like, "What?" You know what I mean?
Right.
Now I'm not in that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just feel like, yeah, it's definitely a class thing.
You know what got me? The fact that we're in the midst of tax season and 6,000 people just got laid off for the IRS yesterday. So I understood that he was trying to get rid of income taxes or whatever. Okay, but gutting 6,000 people when the IRS is already slaughtered in molasses in the dead of winter. So I hope, I don't know, what is this going to look like? I'm down with him. Get rid of the IRS, get rid of the debt, all of that. Get rid of, I'm down. Give me my money back.
Right. Let's do this next year. Let's let these people go next year. This year we need them because these tax returns need to be here. Because where's my refund is going to be sick of me soon.
Exactly. Exactly. So, yeah, so we've had the inauguration. We're dealing with the impacts of a new regime,
Mm-hmm.
basically. We're seeing some unprecedented things. So we move forward into February, and we did our Valentine's. We had our conversation with Star and the taxes.
Mm-hmm.
We also did like a little offshoot of our taxes and fitness, and a little
the heartbeats and tax sheets.
Heartbeats and tax sheets, and then we did our love session.
Yes,
I didn't get to go, but I heard it was really, really good.
Yeah, and
So
we've
proud
gotten
of
some
these women.
requests to do it again. So
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
That'll definitely be fun to do. I heard you ladies did an awesome,
it
awesome
was a really
job.
good event.
Nikki, I heard you did your thing as
She
usual.
did. I started crying. I was like,
Oh wow. I love to hear, how these sessions impact people because we're in hustle culture, we're in grind culture, and it's so much about go, 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 do, do, do. And we don't have a whole lot of time to just be,
right.
right? We don't,
I was thinking that
yeah.
today in church. I was like, I feel like people and people do this in fitness too. They're like, I'm not going to start until Monday. I'll start my stuff Monday. I'll start at the beginning of Monday. So like, even with me, I'm like, I want to start waking up in the morning and just like meditating and breathing before my day starts, before I just jump out the bed and go. But I'm
Mhm.
always like, oh, I didn't do it Monday, so I'll do it next Monday. Or I didn't do it this month, I'll do it next month. I don't have to do it in the morning. I can do it in the afternoon. I can do it
Yep.
at night before I go to bed.
Yep.
So I think that if we incorporated that stuff in our day, it would make us
Hmm.
feel so better. Even that self love letter that you was talking, the breathing exercise and the frequencies, like just an hour of that, I'll be sane
And
and not lose my mind.
indeed, I um I put on frequencies at night before I go to sleep. Um, and depending on what is really weighing on me. And that's what this is about, right? The podcast for the strong friend. We're the ones that, are usually that central person for everybody else. And 9 times out of 10, we grew up taking care of other
Mm-hmm.
people, right?
Yep.
So that's our cross to bear, so to speak. We don't know how to not do it, right?
Right.
But at the same time, we need to know, you know, coping mechanisms. We need to be able to share those things with people. And if you're the strong friend, what are some of the things that you can do to try and mitigate your own stress? And so
Right.
those frequencies are very helpful. And I listen to, depending on what I need. So y'all know I don't take medication very often. I may have taken Tylenol maybe once,
Mm-hmm.
maybe twice last year total, because I don't do, you know, I'm not into, the medications like that. But
I'm with you. I'm not either. I don't do medication at all.
yeah. So if I have a sinus headache or whatever, I'll put on a Rife frequency for sinuses. Or if I have a stomach ache, I'll do that. 741 hertz is good for clearing any infections. So maybe I'll put that on if I feel something, a little weird. Or maybe if I'm overthinking,
Mm-hmm.
852 hertz is really good to let go of overthinking and worrying. I pray, I
Mm-hmm.
meditate in the morning when I get up. Sometimes I will just sit and I have Spectrum. So I'll put on channel 442, which is that mood music. It's not frequency music, but it is very calming music without words. And I'll meditate to it. Even if you meditate for 5 minutes,
Right.
it
Mm-hmm.
reduces your blood pressure. It,
Mm-hmm.
it helps to even out your pulse. And then I breathe in and I tell myself what type of day I'm going to have. And
Mm-hmm.
every
Yeah.
time I'm intentional in that way, the day goes the way I intended it
Mm-hmm.
to.
Yeah.
So these are some of the things that we can do to try and mitigate stress, um, to get things off, to let off all of that we take on, that baggage
Mm-hmm.
and stuff that we take on from other people, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
And so there are multiple ways that you can do that.
I have trouble sleeping, so I am with the hearse. I listen to frequency all the time before I go to bed. I listen to anywhere between 435 and 520, 550. I listen to them before I go to bed because I'm an overthinker. So at
Yeah,
night is when I can't shut my brain off.
Mm-hmm.
But that frequency helps me sleep. It
yeah,
puts me right to sleep and I have no problem. So I agree with you. I think it's an awesome way to decompress,
Mm-hmm.
to woosah, as they say.
Yeah.
indeed.
You know,
Yeah.
people do
Even like,
prayer.
yeah,
In the morning when I get up, is that 5 minutes of prayer in the morning. That 5 minutes of let me lay at the edge of my bed and just
Right.
you know,
Yeah, I think a lot of us like, and I'm
positive in our day.
right. I'm very guilty of just waking up like and just going like, what do I got to do today? This is what I got to do. I got to be here. I got to be here. I got to get the kids ready. I got to go to work. I got to do this.
Yeah.
And we don't even just breathe when we wake up and just be grateful for life because
Yeah.
life is taken for granted so much. Like we wake up and just like, oh, we're supposed to wake up. So
And you know, some people call, you know, I remember, and I'm guilty of this because I'm always that friend, you know, I'm always that person who, especially when the kids were younger, like I would impact my day and make sure that I had to do me, them, make sure they got to this practice, make sure they got to that practice. You know, they're 7 years apart. So my kids, one was at one school, the other one's at another school. So I'm going here, making sure that day's here, making sure I could do that, but never took the time to like, whew, you know. And then now that they're older and I don't have that, this is different for me,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
How do I adjust? How do I change? How do I have time on my hands. Do I want to pile all that back in my day? Like, do I make myself busy?
Right,
I don't. I don't miss that. I don't miss
right,
that on the go, 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 because now I can take the time to just be like, I just want to sit on my couch. I
right,
just want to pray. I just want to go to church. I just want
right.
to, like, I don't want to overpack my day or overpack myself
Hmm.
yeah,
because I just like doing me.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. And
binge
that's
watching
what you're
TV
gonna
because
get
that's
into
what
the
people
routine.
do.
Mhm.
yeah.
So sometimes we need to just
Self love,
yeah,
put more focus on that.
yeah,
Yeah. And it's more than just getting your nails done, getting your hair done, going to the spa. Self love is reading books to enhance your mind and the way that you think. Self love is eating the right way. Self
Yes.
love is being consistent and showing up for yourself on that exercise routine, or going to the doctor because you need
Right.
to see about yourself. Um, so self love, I know that we've commercialized, we commercialize everything in this country. And so self love has turned into a big point of
Right.
capitalization.
remember that commercial? Like that sounds so funny. Remember, I don't know if you remember this commercial, or maybe I'm old and I'm showing my age. But remember that commercial? They just was like women, and it was a cowgirl take me away or something. I don't remember the name of the brand, but they used to be like, it was this bath soap, I guess. And it's like you used to put it in, and it was a way for you to just sit there and just lie your wishes away or lie all the problems away you had in the day. Wow, I sound old right now because.
No, you're right. That was Calgon. Those
Okay, I
commercials
just I
were
was like, wait,
epic.
am I wrong?
Nope.
But it was just like that, you
I
know?
remember those too.
And I remember
Yeah.
seeing those commercials like, what? Like, what?
I need to go buy me that for some
I'm
self love.
right, it's self love. But when you think about it now, it is like self love it does start within, right? But it also starts with you got to get your mind right. You got to get your
Therapy.
Like, oh, I love me, my therapist. Like, girl, I never miss her. But it starts with getting your mind right. It starts with getting your heart, eating good, exercising. It starts with all that.
Starts within.
Yeah, it starts with yourself and figuring out how. Because you can't be good. If you ain't good for yourself, who are you going to be good for? Right?
Right.
You can't love yourself, who's going to love you?
Right.
Right? How can you love somebody else if you don't even love yourself?
Yeah,
Good
that's true.
point. Good point.
That is very true.
Good point.
Yeah, I feel that.
And so
Yeah.
we'll
So much
be jumping into those things a lot more as we
Yeah, and I
go
love it.
forward. Many different ways to do
Right.
that.
Right. And then speaking of commercials, we did the Super Bowl episode. And let me tell you what lives rent free in my head is Nikki saying, Kendra's a Gemini. He gonna do it. That lives rent free in my head.
Did I, where's
Listen,
the lie? He did it.
that halftime was everything.
It was so much deeper than what people. I'm so glad he did it because it was deep, and I loved every second of it.
Yeah.
Every second of it. Every
So
second of it.
about the Super Bowl, they said the Super Bowl lost 1.3 million viewers after the halftime show. Here's what, see, I let me tell you something. people love to spew statistics, but I love this little thing called context, right?
Mhm.
So what you should be asking about those statistics are how many viewers were there actually watching the game before Kendrick even came on?
Right.
Because I know a heap of people that only tuned in to see the halftime show,
Right.
and then they
Then they got
went
up.
right back to whatever they were doing, Lifetime,
Yeah.
BET, whatever they were doing before. So while, oh, we lost 1.3 million viewers, how many did you have at first? Because there were 6 million total. You lost
Right.
1.3 million afterwards, but how many were actually watching the game?
Exactly. Hmm.
You
Listen,
know,
I knew
so
people who stopped watching the game before the halftime show because it was such a blowout, and they were like,
It
that part.
was.
What
"Yeah,
is 24 to 1? I mean 24 to 0?
right." They were
I
like,
was like,
"Why
They
are we
lost
watching
people
this?"
why
before
am I watching
Kendrick
this?
took the
Because I
stage.
started watching it, and I was just like, what the hell? Like, I can't. Like, I just need to watch a halftime. After that, we already know who's gonna win.
Exactly. A lot of people stopped watching it because of that.
Which I mean,
Exactly.
when you watch football, you know anything's possible, right? They could have
Yep.
had a turnaround, which was unlikely, but they could have had a turnaround. Like you just never know. But yeah, no.
Yeah.
So people were
So
surprised two teams make it in the football period because of the way they played this season. But I digress. But still, that halftime was
It
everything.
was.
yeah,
It was everything.
and it's
And if you
still
did not get the
impacting.
message of that,
Mm-hmm.
understand what he was trying to tell us,
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
My favorite part of that was the flag. All
Yes.
black men in
Mm.
all different colors, basically on a prison yard.
Yeah. Mm.
What is that? This country has been, and this country has been profiting off the back of black people
Man,
Yeah.
for
yes.
how many hundreds of
Mm.
years? And
Right.
still, and
Yeah,
still,
still
I have an
profiting.
unpopular opinion about sports that that's the new slavery. And people go, oh, you can't be slaves. They making all that money. Yeah, they're making all that money, but by the time they can settle down to spend it, what are their bodies like? What are
Mm.
their minds like? Can they actually enjoy it? You
Right.
understand what I'm saying? So I don't know. Money ain't everything for me.
No,
Mm-mm.
it's
Quality
not.
of life is important.
Yep.
Exactly, because those football players go through it, and boxers too. I'm like, you
Yeah,
really sitting here getting hit upside your head for this amount of money for this amount of years? Like that is dangerous.
Yeah,
it
that is
is.
they. They a
And a
lot of
lot
them
of
go
the
crazy.
best boxers are Hispanic and blacks.
Yeah, and they go crazy afterwards, right?
Yeah,
They
that man
can,
bit that man. Yeah.
if
Yeah.
they get that,
Tyson bit the
you know,
whole
that
ear
treatment.
off.
Yeah, but you get great football players that go, they go crazy afterwards and kill themselves and die
Right.
from the head
Well,
trauma.
I can't think of what CTS or there it's an acronym for it, but it's basically if you look at it, they're basically in car accidents multiple times for whatever the period of the football game is. They're
Right.
getting hit
Mhm.
back to back
Yeah.
and hit and then ground or whatever piled on whatever the case is. Their bodies are taking all types of damage, and
Right.
Yeah.
so yeah, the money is good, but do you actually have the time to spend it? Or are you spending a lot of that money on physical rehab and, all of those things? Like, not to mention, the other thing for me would be I like my privacy. So those people, the sports figures that are super famous, they can't go anywhere and be free. You can't sit down and just have a meal or, out because people, oh, can I
Right.
get your autograph? And if they catch you at a bad moment, you snap at them, then you, the evil person and whatever.
And it's like, yeah, they're human
You
too.
can't say no to
Yeah,
a picture because if you say no to a picture, then now you're, oh my God, I was this big person's fan and they told me no, I wanted a picture. That man is trying to enjoy time with his family.
indeed. And people are quite possessive,
Yes.
quite
Yes.
possessive. So, like, even when the basketball players were protesting or whatever, you heard a lot of folks, a particular
Right.
demographic, but shut up and dribble because there's some type of possession and
Mm-hmm.
ownership of
Mm-hmm.
Black bodies that is kind of inherent to the
Mm-hmm.
history of this country and whatever else. So yeah, all of these topics are things that affect our friends, affect us, and so they're impactful. And I'm sure we're going to have a lot more to talk about as we move forward through this year because this month has just been a powerhouse of changes, right? Small and large.
Yeah, and I think as a whole, like we just all need to come back and unite. I think
Mhm.
that united, um, we're so separated right now that this is that time and that moment where we do need to
And
unite.
Yeah.
Where
heal.
you know, I remember when I was a kid, and I never understood what my dad used to tell me, or my stepdad, because I have two dads. But he used to always tell me, a fist is so much powerful than an open hand. And I never understood that. It's a saying in Spanish, but when you translate it, that's pretty much what it is. But I never understood what he meant, you know. But now that I'm older, I get it, right?
Mhm.
A fist, when you throw a punch, is so much powerful because it has that whole, it's together, it's from here all the way through. You got to follow through on that punch,
Mhm.
right? Versus a slap, yeah, you're hurt temporary, but a punch, you can just, it's so much powerful.
Right.
So it's like you're united together, could do so much more than us separated because your hands are always separated, right? When you have a
Indeed.
hand, it's always separated fingers, but when
Mhm.
you together in fists, they're always together.
Indeed. And that's
So
the fear. That's the fear. That is the big fear of us uniting together. That's what got Malcolm X killed. That's what got Martin Luther King killed.
correct.
Those two were about to unite. And can you imagine
Man.
what it would have been if Malcolm and Martin united with the followings that they had? We
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't be in this mess that we're in right now. But this is why we don't really have any leaders right now, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Because because um they've killed them all.
Yeah.
Pretty much killed
Mm-hmm.
or silenced.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So yeah. So we will continue to talk about, the pressing topics and the impactful topics and um continue to share the things that we do to try and cope with the stress. Positive things to do, because there's plenty of things to do, but the
Right.
positive things that we can do. Um, Also, so what are we looking at coming up? What are the things, some of the things that you want to tell them, some of the things that we'll be doing going forward?
Yes.
Yeah. Yes, I definitely looking forward to our Soulful Sundays. You know what I mean, or brunch that we're gonna be doing and having some special guests come on and talk. And obviously we're gonna try to do that as often as we can, but it's probably gonna be like what we
We'll try
try
to do it at least once a month.
once a month.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a special guest on and talk about some things and try to educate us and try to bring us again together, united, and ways to help our strong friends.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
So,
Indeed.
and look for positive ways to come together, positive ways to see life, and sometimes maybe try to fight that depression. Like, I think what's going on in the world, a lot of people are getting depressed.
Anxiety.
Anxiety.
You don't know what's next.
You don't know what's next. And how do we cope with that? Can we get people on to help us and have a positive outlook on what's to happen? You
Right.
know? So
And Nikki, what are we asking from our audience? Because this
We need
is a collaborative effort, right?
Yes, we need feedback. We need comments. Like, what do you guys listen? If we going through, we know y'all going through it. So, what are you guys going
right?
through? What do you need help with? Do you need advice? Like, just something. Everybody's going through something right now. So
Yeah.
make sure you guys send us a message. You don't even have to comment on the page. Send us a message.
Right.
Tell us what you're going through. What kind of advice are you looking for? Because if you're going through it, I guarantee you it's 8 other people going through the same.
Yeah. How are you coping
Absolutely.
with it? You dealing with it?
Right.
How are you
Give us
coping
some of
with
the
it?
things that
Give
you're
us-
using.
Yeah, how that maybe could help somebody else.
Mhm.
Like, right,
Absolutely.
ways of doing that.
Yeah.
The key is
So
to talk about these things because we're all going through. And a lot of times, people don't have anybody to talk to
Right.
about certain things. And so nothing is off. Nothing is off limits for us. We're going to talk about it all because we've supported our friends on just about everything, right? Um, Once again, as we come to get ready to close out, prayers going up for our missing sister tonight.
Yes.
And even for a couple of us that are under the weather, struggling, but still want to be here to provide some consistency. We want to tie it up to close it out with the things that we're grateful for. And that's one of my favorite parts
Yeah.
of our conversations is the things that I'm grateful for.
Right.
I'll start this week because this one is a big one for me. A lot of us Black folks don't believe in therapy, although we're getting there now and we're being more open about that now. If you're interested in therapy and you are a Black person, you can look at therapy for Black girls or therapy for Black men. And those are therapists for specifically for Black folks. And you can go through and see the information and pick whoever you want. But so I have a new therapist.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a new therapist. And I also have opted into taking medication. And that's something that I've never been a proponent of, right? And so I just started with I don't take medication. So I'm trying something different because things have gotten to a point where I need some help. Yes, I've been strong. Yes, I'm able to hold people down and I'm holding a lot down, but there are things out there that can help us make it through as well. And so I have decided to do that regardless of what the stigma is. So we'll stay tuned for that. Still kind of my body's adjusting to that. Um,
But cheers to you, and I'm proud of you. You know why? Because you opted to try something to try to be better,
yeah,
Out of your comfort
uh,
zone.
your comfort zone, and
yeah,
change, right?
yeah,
Change makes a difference. That fear
absolutely.
of being out of your comfort zone.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, very good friend. I am proud of you.
Thank
Yes.
you. Yeah. So that's in and of itself a, a triumph for me, and I'm always grateful for y'all
Yeah.
and the support that we have for each other, the collaboration, and new this is a new era for us. We were bred to be at enmity, to be at odds with each other. And that's Black, brown, white, whatever, male, female. And you see it so many different ways now. But I think this is the beginning, and I'm grateful for this, us being able to come together. And I hope others are able to come together and realize that we are more alike than we are different.
Yeah.
And those differences actually make us better, not different or enemies or, whatever the case is. And those differences are what's going to help us grow. So I'm grateful for this platform and hoping that we can be an example to other people to just start reaching out to your brother or your sister for help and
Right.
support because we all going to need each other.
Yep. That is true. And off of that, I'm grateful for people like my circle. I was thinking today that I always think so negative. I feel tears coming. I always think so negative
Okay.
things that I have going on in my life.
Yeah.
And
I got you, Fred.
It's okay.
if it wasn't for like the people around me, I don't know where I would be like right now.
Yeah.
Like, and
Yeah.
I'm not used to asking for help. So like now it's kind of like I'm comfortable with asking the people that I'm around for help.
Yes.
I'm
Your tribe.
grateful for that from my tribe. Yes,
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard for us
it is.
because we're the ones that always provide the support.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a whole different party to say, I need help.
Right.
Because you don't want to look away, right? You don't want to go to the people and tell them you're having problems because they're looking to you for that support. And
Exactly.
so
And I
that's
think
what we
I've
have to
always
do.
surrounded myself with people that throw things in your face.
Mhm.
So I never was able to ask for help. So
Right.
it's like I had those same people here today. They would just everything they would do for me, they would just throw it in my face later or talk behind my back.
I agree.
Yeah.
With that
So when you
being
got
said,
Yeah.
it's also, I'm also going to agree. I am thankful for you women. I'm thankful for the people that I have around me. Um, Definitely my family, but I'm also stepping out of my comfort zone, right? It's that fear of not looking weak,
Mm-hmm.
right.
right? Because I've always been that strong friend. I can't look weak. I got to make sure I got it together.
Right.
I got to make sure that, and it falls short because I had to sacrifice, right? I had to fall short on other ways, right? I sacrificed uh, love because I
Mhm.
wanted to have my career. I've
Mhm.
sacrificed something because I was raising my kids. So I feel like I've always had to be strong, not only for them, but for the people around me because they always think. So being grateful now that I have this circle of feeling like I know if I fall, they're going to be there to catch me and I'll be okay. Right?
Right.
And being able to ask and being able to know and identify my weaknesses.
Yes. Yes.
Because it's okay to be
Opportunity.
weak. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay, right? And that is what I'm grateful for, to now being able to understand that, identify that,
Mm-hmm.
and know that the people around me got me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
I am
reframe
grateful for
that
that.
too. It's not weakness. It's an opportunity.
Yes.
It's just an area for you to concentrate or focus more
I
on. That's
love
all.
that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It's an
Yeah, I love
opportunity.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, well,
Yes.
Cheers to y'all. Thanks
Cheers
for
to y'all.
sticking in.
Right?
We're 5 episodes in. So.
You got so
yeah.
much stories to look forward to.
Yeah,
And so much more.
we got a big episode too. We're gonna try to, it might not drop February Black History Month, but Black History is all year. So
Yes.
Mhm.
Let's not celebrate just
right,
one time a year.
right. So
Right?
we got
One month.
some more things, coming for y'all. So make sure y'all stick with us.
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to grow and get better as we move along. You'll see the set changing and all that type of stuff. But look, we're just out here. We didn't go through all the pomp and circumstance. We just came to talk about strong friends and how we can support each other. And that's what we're here for. So embrace those people around you.
Yes.
Yes.
Remember, your vibe attracts your tribe. And so whatever frequency you are on is what you're going to attract to you.
I
You
know
always have
it.
stuff
You
to
been
put on
dropping
your
these
shirt. I'm
jewels,
like,
like,
your body's gonna track your tribe. That is a shirt.
yes.
Listen, I got some shirts I
Right.
get from Friday night. I'm working on designing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like today at church, she said, we become who we believe.
Yes.
Mm.
Right?
So who are
That,
you
like,
telling yourself that you are?
Right.
yes.
Uh-huh.
So it was just like, wow, like, it clicked and it was good. So, girl, you need to
Put that on the shirt.
put that on the shirt. Because your jewels
Right.
are real.
Y'all hit up Nikki for y'all shirts now.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Amongst other things, resumes,
Man, yes.
dispute letters,
Definitely a
court
one-stop
stuff.
shop.
Yeah,
Right.
I do it all. I do it
Yes.
all. If you need it written, come on through.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. We need to do an episode on you.
Right.
About
Long
those
stuff.
letters that you had us, you had them write.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we need to do that. I think that'll be a definitely good episode.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Self-love sessions. If you want to reach
Yeah.
me, you can hit me at the Word Switch 2024 on Facebook or IG. I'm also thinking about doing sessions with young ladies,
Yeah.
right? Because they need to know themselves and love themselves first. You can't love anybody properly until you love yourself first.
I can't wait for next month because we have that woman stuff going on, the
Yeah,
women's conference.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that. I think that it's going to
for
be
sure.
awesome, especially for you to, like, the things that you can
Oh
bring
yeah.
to the table. So next month is Women's Month, right?
Yes, it is.
So we could definitely, yeah, I think that'll be awesome for you to a segment just for you. I love it.
I do too.
I
Okay.
love it, Vicky.
Y'all, whatever y'all need, you know I'm here.
Yes. Can I do it? Can I do it?
You gotta do it.
Do it, do it, do
All
it.
right.
Hearts. Oh, I wish it was. Oh, look, it did it. Shout
I'm
out
still
to
not joining the
Apple.
cult. I'm still not joining the cult. Team Android. I love y'all. It's been
I
real.
love you. Feel better.
Yes.
Mwah,
Gee, I
mwah.
hope you feel better. We
Yes,
love
we love
you.
Yes,
you.
D, we love you. Miss you. Mwah.
Yes.
See y'all later.
Bye.